Trump says Iran agreed. Iran says it didn't. That's not a deal. This is the part of the Iran story people shouldn't just scroll past. Trump is saying Iran agreed to nuclear inspections. Iran is saying that's not what happened. And that's not some tiny disagreement buried in the fine print. That's the center of the whole thing. Because if we're talking about Iran, nuclear material, sanctions, oil routes, Gulf allies, and the risk of another war, the inspection part is not a side issue. That's the part that tells the world whether this is real or just another press conference dressed up like a victory lap. And that's what bothers me here. Trump keeps acting like saying a deal exists is the same thing as having a deal. He announces the win first, then everyone else has to figure out whether the other side actually agreed to it. That might work with his base, it might work in a campaign speech, it might even work for a news cycle, but it doesn't work when the other country comes out and says, "No, we didn't agree to that." At that point, the story is not Trump got a deal. The story is Trump says there is a deal, and Iran is publicly denying one of the most important parts of it. That should make people nervous. And look, maybe Iran is trying to save face. Countries do that. Maybe there are private terms that are not being said out loud yet. That happens in diplomacy too. But if that's the case, then say that. Explain that. Show people what was actually agreed to. Because right now, from the outside, it looks like two governments describing two different realities. Trump says inspections. Iran says no new commitment. Trump says nuclear honesty. Iran says there are no new nuclear talks and no new invitation for inspectors. That is not clarity. That is confusion. And when the topic is nuclear diplomacy, confusion is dangerous. This is not a hotel deal. It is not a branding exercise. You don't get to slap historic agreement on something and hope the details catch up later. A real deal can be explained. A real deal can be verified. A real deal has terms both sides can describe without completely contradicting each other. And now Rubio is reportedly trying to reassure Gulf allies about this whole thing. That tells you something too. If your own allies need to be calmed down while the other side is publicly denying the terms, maybe the deal is not as solid as you're selling it. That's the pattern I keep seeing with Trump. Announce the win, create the headline, force everyone else to clean up the details. Then accuse people of being against peace if they ask basic questions. But asking basic questions is exactly what people should be doing right now. What did Iran actually agree to? What inspections are allowed? Who gets access? What does the IAEA get to do? What happens if Iran refuses? And why is Iran publicly denying the thing Trump is selling as proof this deal works? Those are not anti-peace questions. Those are adult questions. Because peace is not just a slogan. Inspections are not a vibe. And nuclear diplomacy is not real just because Trump says it is. If there's a deal, show the deal. If there isn't, stop pretending the announcement is enough. Thousands have already died, and the likelihood of more deaths grows by the minute.